Okay, today we're going to work on putting a ring at the base of your puppet's head or neck. How to sew one in properly. Okay? This feature is important on puppets so you can slide your hand, find the hole quickly, and slide your hand inside when you're performing. And it just finishes the puppet off nicely too to have that come out. I will show you on a puppet how it looks when it's all put together, when the head's actually inside the body. There it goes, right there like that. So it just gives it a nice finish. It makes easy access to the hole inside to put your hand in. And so we're going to just focus on that tonight. So this ring, I've done a video before on how to make these rings. So if you go down in my collection of videos, you will find how to make these type of rings. Some for bodies, but you can also make the same type of ring for the base. And what I've done, this is a spandex material. So lots of stretch to spandex, as we all know. And so what I do is, you have to fight with it, but eventually you're going to get the ring in there properly, and you have to start pinning. And the important thing is I usually have it a bit on an angle, a little bit on an angle, so that whenever it's kind of holds nicely to the body. My body usually has a bit of an angle where the hole is at the bottom. And what I've done is pin them, if you can see right there. I've pinned them because that's what you need to do to make sure that it stays as you sew. Okay? So I'm going to pin this last piece. So you got to make sure you measure it before you sew it on. So put your puppet into its body and make sure that it's just hanging slightly below the hole. You can make it longer, but it's not always necessary. But if you need to or feel like you need to, you can make it a lot longer hanging from the hole. But I would say about 2 to 3 inches from the hole is sufficient from it hanging down. Okay? So we're going to move to the sewing machine now. So right now I have a traditional foot on the sewing machine. I hope you can see that. Oops. Kind of a tight space here, so I'm trying to do what I can here. What you need to do is remove that foot. This is the type of foot that usually is on your sewing machine. And I'm going to switch it out for the zipper style of a foot for your sewing machine. Most sewing machines come with this type of foot as an extra. So all you need to do is dig it out. A lot of people don't use them or know what they're really for. They're actually for zippers, for sewing on zippers. But I use it only I use it for this, and it works great because it gets right close to the loop. Okay. So what you do is clamp it. I don't know. Sometimes you have to screw the foot on. Sometimes mine just clamps on. So it's really quite easy for me, and it's there. Now I move the head off to the side of my sewing machine. Now the problem is, see, once I get the foot on, I can't get the ring in there because it's too high. So if you did screw it on, make sure that you put the ring on before you put the foot on. Okay? Hopefully you're not following this video step by step. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Sean. It does. Sean said that the foot helps you get closer into what you're sewing. So it works great. I'm going to, can you see that well? I'm going to bring down my other camera so you don't have to see my face. I'm going to bring it down, and you're going to see right there how that's set up. Now look, I can get in I don't know if I can sew with this being here. I'm going to try, but it might get a little vibrating. Okay, so what you want to do first is check and make sure that the needle is going to be properly in. So you can see how close that needle gets with sewing it. Here, let me hold this up a little bit more. Might be a little blurry, but you can kind of get the concept. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to put this back now. And I'm going to sew it, start sewing it. I'm not going to do it all necessarily, or I might. And then I'll show you the end result. Okay? So you now kind of see how it is set up. And I'm just going to put my finger here. Okay.